Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, and I'm bringing you guys this commentary of a new series, yes, again, yet another series, called To Hell with KDR. It's basically going to be I don't know if it's going to be like a weekly show or something like that, but it's going to be a casual commentary from time to time, just like how I did with the TPG-1 Pro Road to Mastery episode. It's going to be like that, except I'm not going to actually be playing it. Well, you guys will see gameplay of sorts, whether it be Combat Arms, BLR, or whatever I choose, but it's just going to be me talking about a random topic that I want to discuss with you guys, and maybe get your feedback. I don't really care about the feedback aspect because it's just me talking about crap, and it's up to you whether or not you want to listen to me either ranting on or just talking about something in general. But today being Mother's Day, well, in America that is, I don't know if well, it's got to be celebrated in other nations and other countries abroad from other than America. But in any case, whether you guys have Mother's Day or not, for me anyway, living in America, today is Mother's Day. Hopefully this video will go up on the day that it's supposed to be celebrated. But anyways, today's Mother's Day is the point, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So if you think the gameplay is really terrible, then that explains the freaking title of this kind of new series that I'm starting. But anyways, let's talk about Mother's Day and stuff like that. Terrible intro. Anyways. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit about my personal family and background, because obviously I have to, talking about Mother's Day. Got to talk about my mother a little bit. So I am the younger of two sons in my family. My family is a first generation. Actually, we're not even a first generation. We're the 0th generation, like the first people to come here, because technically my entire family are all immigrants. Let's see. Both me and my brother, my older brother, I do have a brother. I believe I mentioned that before in one of my videos. He is 5 years my senior. He is working by himself up in Washington, and we were both born abroad, and we weren't born in America, and we actually immigrated here with our parents. So that technically makes all of us like the 0th generation, if that's even a word. I'm pretty sure it's not, but for lack of a better term, we are the 0th generation. Technically, though, I consider me and my brother to be the half generation, because more so me, because even though I was born abroad, I came here when I was really young, like before even I can even speak my native language even well, and that's why I consider English to be technically my first language, because my native language I can speak, but it's only on a casual level. I cannot speak it to save my sorry butt if I were to go back to my home country. And well, what that is, that's I guess up to you guys to decide. I'm Asian. It shouldn't be that hard to guess. But anyways, so a little bit about my parents. Like I said, they are the 0th generation, and that means that obviously they're not very good English speakers. And where should I go with this? My mother, because today being Mother's Day, let's talk a little bit about my mother. My mother is pretty old. She technically could be my grandmother with the age she's at right now. I guess all you guys need to know about my mother's in relation to my mother's age is that when I was born, she was pretty old for childbearing when I was born. So right now at her age she could easily be my grandmother. Yeah, so it was kind of tough on her, because technically speaking, I don't know if I should be telling you guys this, but technically speaking, I wasn't supposed to be born. What happened was, when I talked about a little bit about this with my mother back in the day, maybe like a couple of years ago, when I asked oh, how was I born, because I was just curious, and my mother told me that there was supposed to be another baby before me, but my mother had a miscarriage, and so that baby wasn't born. So my parents were debating whether or not they would not want to have another baby, and because my mother wanted a second child, preferably a daughter, but you know how that turned out, they decided to have at it again, and thus I was born. So I could have not been here talking with you guys, making this channel, making videos. So first of all, I'm really thankful to my mother for that. I mean, just being here. Well, come on. if I wasn't here, then it kind of sucked, right? That we can all agree on that. Yeah. Anyways, so that's that. Yeah, that's a little bit about my mother. Basically, I could have not been here, and thus that's one of the greatest reasons why I am very thankful to my mother. And yeah, so that's just a little bit my mother. And I don't know if you guys have mothers, because obviously not all of you have mothers, or you have people who you can call mothers. I know some of you guys, or I don't know, I can't really say no, but I'm sure some of you guys out there don't have someone to call mom or mother or whatever you want to call them. Um, I know a couple of my friends who don't have mothers, and in fact, when I was in elementary school, in fifth grade, one of my friends in the middle of the year, one of my classmates' mothers, or mothers, what the fuck? Anyways, one of my classmates' mom passed away because after a battle with cancer. I think it was lung cancer or something like that. No, no, she didn't smoke. But it was, I don't know. Death at that age, especially from your mother, is to me personally, because I can't ever imagine what that would have felt like, because I mean obviously you'd have to be in that person's shoes in order to feel exactly know what it feels like having a parent pass away at that young of an age. But I don't know. It was the first kind of real eye opener for me to realize that, hey, not everyone in this world has someone they can call a mother. Not especially this guy now that his mom is gone. He's dead. He's never gonna see her again. And at that time, none of us really understood what the significance of that was, because I mean we're all 10 years old, we're only in fifth grade. Not everyone thinks about death every day at that age, unless you live in some third world country where you have to kind of fight for your life every day. So it was, for me personally anyway, it was like a real, like my first eye opener. It kept me thinking about, okay, what if I go home today and I find that my mom was shot in the head when I walked through that door? I mean, yeah, I know it's a kind of a morbid thought to think about at 10 years old, but I didn't really think about it too much until I started growing up through middle school and going through puberty and all that. Because I know you all know how teenagers go through puberty. I know we all know the stereotypes of that, but anyways, I don't know. It's thinking about moments like those, like listening to stories about people who have lost their mothers or never had a mother to begin with, like maybe say they were born except they never knew who their real mother was. It kind of pains me, because it kind of guilt trips me into kind of pitying those kinds of people, because I mean I have a mother. I have always known my mother. I've always lived with my mother. I've never really gone a day without talking with my mother, spending time with my mother, even though in high school and now I can't really spend so much time with my mother as I want to, because, not that I want to anyway, because I have so much other things that I need to do, school, YouTube, just basically trying to maintain my lifestyle in general, even though some of you guys truly believe I have no fucking life whatsoever. But it's just, once I go off to college now, I'm not gonna see my mom for like most of the year now, and it's kind of like a mixed feeling for me, because through middle school and high school, like early parts of high school, I really truly hated my parents. My mom especially, not so much my dad, because he's off working usually, so he doesn't really interfere with my life a lot, but my mom being, as she is, and being the stereotypical Asian parent, and, just doing her job as a mother, I took it the wrong way, as most other middle school kids would have, but now that I understand, I can kind of come to terms with that. But she was really nosy, and in middle school and early parts of high school, she made me do things that never would have given even a thought of doing if it were not for her. And among those things, they would have included like volunteer activities, stuff like overseas trips, volunteer activities as well. Like I did go to Guatemala and Mexico on 2 different occasions, on like goodwill trips, just on trips to help people out, and especially the Guatemala one. I did go there right after the Pacaya volcano eruption, and my mom said you should go down there and help those people because they need help. And I was like, really? Do I gotta? Well, I was like, okay, fine. It'll be an interesting experience at least. I get to go abroad, so I went down there, and I'm pretty sure I don't regret going down there because it was a fun trip, and it was really an eye-opening trip and a mind-opening trip at that. So I mean, without my mom, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have been able to experience those kinds of memories if it were not for her suggesting those things in the first place. And I don't know, I know I keep saying I don't know. I should stop saying that really, but really, I don't know what to think of my mother when I go off to college now. I'm definitely gonna miss her because, some things about her you just can't deny, like her cooking. Where am I gonna find like cooking that my mother makes? Really? Where else am I gonna find it? I mean, I'm not gonna go to colleges like Ivy colleges or UCLA where they have like top-notch cooking. I'm just gonna go to like some I can't really say a no-name college, but it's definitely not as known, as not as popular. And of course, I don't really know how their food tastes like.